everybody, and welcome to a new series. I wanted to play the Mayans. They're good Liberty Civ because of the pyramid. It's a shrine replacement that's double the faith but also provides 2 science. They also have a long count here, which on very specific turns you have the choice of a free great person. You can't choose any one more than once, and there's only specific turns that it happens on, so I'll have to look that up and see if we can't make the best of that without, putting our strategy to the wayside. It also fits my playstyle fairly well because of the Atlatist. It's basically a slightly weak archer. You could see it's 7 ranged power instead of 8, but it also costs 36 hammers instead of 40, but does not require the researching of the associated to archery. So it's basically available from the very beginning. Okay, so let's see here. River. Let me have him hop up here, take a look. Hill, like both 4 apart. If we come down here, maybe this would be a stone circle. Stone circle start. 2 luxuries in the capital. This one could pick up. So we already have a good expand. Well, I don't know how good, but I see a good food tile, a good food tile, a hill, rivers, and copies. I'm not a big fan of masonry. What's it called? Calendar, but that seems to be our best option for now. Let's see. So there's that. We'll choose Scout. We want production focus. Good growth tile, and definitely onto pottery. I think if you're playing the Mayans, you should always, regardless of the terrain, research pottery to build a pyramid as soon as possible. This looks like coast. So instead of hopping the river, we can come here, take a peek. Unfortunately, if we do settle there, we're not going to be able to settle there. That's part of the reason I wanted to take a peek. So that might be a little unfortunate. I do want to avoid the mistake I made. Hey, look at that, city-state. Last game where I did not get a coastal city down in the early game. So there's Jerusalem, faith base. So we should have a jump on Pantheon, which is always going to be true with the Mayans. In this case, I think I also want to take another turn to trespass, just to see the entirety of Jerusalem. Okay, so we have 2 deer here and furs, so it might be fairly easy to siphon a worker off of them. We will keep looking. Definitely want to cross the river. I want to try to do a little circular. This guy's already taken a couple of little side jogs, which is unfortunate because when the scout comes out, where do we go? I think following the hills makes sense. So let's do that. More marble down here, so if we do go stone circles, we'll have to investigate that build. I thought I clicked on the header, not monument. Alright. So it's nice having that hill start. We'll get things whipped out a little quickly here. Let's see. So we'll come back to the hill. We will stick to the hills for now. Alright. Basically having the scout go clockwise because it looks like our warrior is going to go clockwise as well. So he can supplement over here. Looks like 2 turns to get over here, so maybe we do a little side jog there as well. So he has become the short range because the warrior keeps getting distracted. Hopefully he comes down and picks up more visibility around this marble before it's too late. We grow in the capital, so let's do that. Alright, make some money along the way. The desert, looks like river here. So maybe we take a side jog to get up on this hill just to check out the nearby river. I came here rather than here just because in case there's mountains here we would see them. I don't usually scout this wide in the warrior. Alright, so cotton, gold. It's a bit a ways away from our capital, but it's still worth knowing. Desert lands can be very profitable when you get first Pantheon, because you can just take desert folklore. Alright. So, I'm not pleased that these guys are the first that we're finding.
Shall the clay say to
I
him
think
that
because we're
fashion-
doing a short range scout, I'd rather stay to this side of the mountains, but because this is a hill, we can hop up here. Oh, there's a camp there. Okay, so we'll just go around to avoid that. Hopefully I don't get shot in the meantime, but if we do, we are in rough. Let's go to animal husbandry. Figuring out where horses are will help us make settlement decisions. Okay, so at least we met him a little bit away from our capital. And it looks like we're going to end up here next turn, so let's just go a little wide because the hill's not going to give us any advantage. Unless, of course, we had stumbled upon some barbarians. So we get a little bit of eyes on this river over here, which might come in handy. Let's definitely get on building a pyramid, and we did not get shot, so we can keep on cruising there. And this is the coast, so we'll probably have to go around this camp, and then take like the wider, while the warrior basically goes and gets into position around Jerusalem to steal a worker or 5. The Aztecs have the first Pantheon, but it is not faith-based, so at least there's that. Alright, this is a difficult decision, because obviously the hill's available to us, which would be nice, but we might be able to go a little wider. So I'm going to come down here. It worked out, that's great. So maybe we come over here and then like start heading up to Jerusalem. Seems like a decent plan. Alright, unique luxury. Right. So if we did settle a city here, 2-4, we could settle a city here. We'd have wheat, incense for sure. I don't like the fact that we're going to end up here. So let's just wait here. Come here and get that visibility. This is perfect because now we have all the visibility we need around the marble to make a decision. It's not a great settle spot, but if we settled like right here, we'd have some wheat, some fresh waterness, 2 options for... Unfortunately, this one's plains, so we'd need a lot of growth. We would definitely want a granary in that city. But if we do get stone circles, that's probably going to be the way to go as far as first settle, just to ramp up our faith as much as possible. Alright, so this way we can avoid getting shot. Hopefully we can go a little wide here. Another city-state, alright. And there's the Liberty opener. It does look like so far we have a lot of space. Now, keep in mind that just because I'm choosing a Liberty opener doesn't necessarily mean that this map lends itself to good Liberty play. I just was kind of in the mood for Liberty. I usually am. I like the play style, so we'll just come up here. Oh, I was just about to count out. Alright, so we meet Venice. He's the second one we meet. It's actually good that he's likely the second closest to us because he can only take 1 city. But we can see, count it off here, boom, boom, boom. And then from here we can see not only these 2 tiles, but this one. It grew to this ahead of this. It could be because this is wooded. It could be because this is horses. That remains to be seen. But nevertheless, where we land across the river gives us a good spot to heal and siphon a worker. And as long as there's no barb camp here right now, us being over here would keep eyes over here, which would give us time to go settle elsewhere, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we meet Hong Kong, and we are first to them, which says a little bit at this point. Turn 17, we've met 2 other civs, but we can't see the other civs. So in that regards, it might be a good Liberty map just because we're going to have a good amount of space to ourselves, it would seem. Thus far. First impressions. Alright, animal husbandry. And indeed there are horses there. There's horses here, which the capital will pick up next turn. That's really good. That's really good. There's some horses over here, a couple horses over here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only real option for production would be the horses. So, I mean, we could build lumber mills, but they're river tiles, so a little iffy there. But if we did settle here, we could settle there, pick up the horses. The early settles are all about grabbing resources. You need to keep your happiness up. So, potential settle, potential settle, potential settle, potential settle. And if we did settle there, potential settle, we'd make our way over here. So, a lot of land available to us. Since we are hoping on stone circles, I kind of want to get early masonry. Remains to be seen how soon we're going to be able to pick up a worker, but this will be a good place to hope on one. We'll heal him up and then dance just in case they want to develop this deer first for some reason. Alright, pyramids done in the capital, so let's get out Warrior Atlatus so that we can start pushing in the directions that we want to settle. I don't like this situation because we could come here and we see a little bit over here, but then do we go around? Don't know. So let's step here. Looks like that's the way it's going to be. It would be nice if we could just travel through where the mountain's at, but that remains to be seen as far as... Alright. Yeah, so let's go around the mountains here. I don't know. Alright, and we did pick up the horse tile, and we'll get back on the marble next turn. Still have a chance to shoot that. We did see a scout here, so he's probably shooting at that while we gun him down. That's a nice little combination play there. Nope, he occupies our land, so get out. And unfortunately, because he was there, we did not grow this turn. This is one of the downsides of production focus, is we actually lost a turn on growth there. Okay, so we're just going to wait there. Another pantheon founded. Alright. Desert folklore. Unknown civilization. Alright. Well, here's the desert we can see. That doesn't mean that this is where they are, but it means that we wouldn't be able to take that. So we're kind of down to stone circles, really. This is a little far away. I don't know that I would have taken desert folklore, but desert folklore is one of those pantheons that can be good to take to prevent others from getting it. Something to keep in mind. There was, I had started a different series and ended up scrapping the map where capital was not desert, but there was a good amount of desert around it. So I took desert folklore, and my first two settles were thick into desert, and it really paid off. I don't like this, so I guess I'll fortify. Okay, so we get that. We get stone circles, which means now our faith is working towards a profit, and we will definitely want to get these tiles developed ASAP. So we'll get the Atlatist. We're looking to settle in this direction, but we need to keep this guy like full health so we can steal a worker from Jerusalem. There's a camp here. So there's our options as far as what to do with our warrior. Man, this visibility is kind of restricted. Okay. So I guess we'll have him head that way. Alright, and he crosses the river, which sucks, because now... Oh, it double sucks. Look at this. This would have been the turn we got the worker. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Alright, on to masonry, because it does look like we'll have a worker soon. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Mountains here, coast here. This is a tough call. I think we should go around this way, and then maybe fan back out. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, because it looks like coast here. Alright, get some eyes around the places we want to settle. and then fan out. We will want a second scout at some point, so I'll go ahead and have him cross over. It really sucks that this is going to delay our, but he'll shoot. Jerusalem will. So let's go ahead and weaken this guy up. That way their shots will be, because I'm just thinking the turn they shoot and kill it, they're not going to release the worker to the side. So the worker might now be on that hill over there, which would be disastrous for us. But is this flatland? It is. So we could see, nope, they're keeping it in the city. So that's good. Which means it's probably going to get deployed here next turn. So I will go ahead and move this guy here. That way he can be the one to capture. He can get to safety because we don't need him getting bombarded. We'll kind of share the love, such as it is. Okay, not much as far as the mountain range there. We meet Jakarta. Third Civ. You know what? I just want to see if he's the one that took desert folklore. Aztec, Mayan, Indonesian. Yep. They have desert, so they're probably going to be over here since we did meet them this early. And there we go, as anticipated. So he'll come back here. He'll be just heal here. He'll be the future capturer. And then from here, these guys will come boom, boom. Camp here, that's worth noting. We're about to have an Atlantis come out. So when they withdraw, we'll have the Atlantis come over here and we'll work on that. Typically, the first warrior archer combo I build is to push, like in this case, in this direction, because we want to settle there. But we need to clear this out. We need to make sure that we're the only ones antagonizing Jerusalem, so that we can get those workers. Ooh, camp there. That looks like Venice border there. So yeah, I'll take my idea of fanning back around this mountain range, because we'll get a second scout to do in the east here. Because our warrior went a little wide in the east, so we already have a little bit of eyes over there. Let's fan out. Check out the coast. Sometimes that's useful. Alright, let's take a look at this. We have 10 turns until our free settler. So we have time to build another warrior Atlantis combo. So let's do that. We'll have him come over here. He's just healing up right there. We'll pull him back. And him, he'll heal up here until the Atlantis gets across the river, at which point we'll move over to block. And then he's going to stick around for Jerusalem. Alright, and then since we're going to continue to build military at home, the worker coming home should be relatively safe. So when we get to 4 pop, we'll definitely have some hammer flow at that point. These guys are healing. Actually, we're not going to heal him, we're going to fortify him. And then these guys meet like so. So he will come to the horses. We already have stone circles. I think it's important that we start on the marble and stone right away. So the horses, this is unfortunate too, because that could be gold we're making in the meantime. Unfortunately, I mean, that would have been another reason to proceed to where Venice was. But I'm seeing a lot of wooded stuff here. So one of the downsides of none of these civs being near us is that we're going to be limited on our workers. That looked like it just spawned, so there's probably a camp here. Which means if we want to scout over here, we should. Alright, so we will head back this way. Maybe we can pick up a scout, I don't know. They're going to be strong over here dealing with this camp. Maybe we can zoom past and snake a worker. Because I don't like the fact that... Because see, if it weren't for this delay up here, we could have totally like developed these horses and then got on this. And it's not a bad idea to do anyways, but since this is going to be our faith source, I kind of want to get on that right away. Yep, I think that's the right play. What I can do here is actually step here, give him one more turn of healing, and then he can step and shoot, and then we'll come in and block like so. The only risk is if the camp spawns anything over here. So what I'll do is I'll actually have him block by crossing the river here, because he can block on this side if that's something that we need. Alright, here we go. We finally get to act on this camp. Keep in mind the Atlantis is weaker than an archer, so this might actually take a turn longer. We'll pre-build a farm since it's going to take us 2 turns to start on this anyways. And Scout wants to go a little wide just in case this camp's still there. We don't have to rub up against it. We can carry them off of it. Masonry is here. Okay, it is finished. And these guys are all healing where they are, so maybe we can zoom ahead and nab a worker. Once again, I accidentally clicked off the window onto my recording software, so I hope that didn't show through. We do have a worker here after masonry. Calendar's the way to go. However, it's going to take us some time. So maybe we use this opportunity to research, right? Well, settle. We're going to need calendar eventually, but probably not necessarily right now. This is a problem. I don't want him tearing off. We need to threaten that thing, so I'm going to go here. It's going to tip Jerusalem off a little bit. And I'll have him cross back over the river just because that way we can attack this earlier since we're on the same side of the river. And then, you know, threaten this with additional presence. So yeah, we could go for calendar here. However, it's going to take this 1 worker time to get this up and then this up. You said 7 turns. So in 7 turns we'll be crossing the river. It'll take another 7 turns, then move, step, chop down. Yeah, I think we have time for writing. That way we can at least get embassies up and, you know, avoid any diplomatic issues. Alright, so there is a warrior that can kind of push here or act as home defense. We'll definitely build an Atlantis next. At which point we hit 4 pop, which means building a settler after that is a bit more desirable. Come here for a little bit of eyes. Alright, so he got hit pretty hard. That's fine. So what we can do is we can step here, shoot that, swing over for the flanking bonus, and now he can swing up and hit this guy pretty hard. And then he can finish that off. He'll back up. We'll back this guy up to here, heal. Should be fine. It's not ideal, but I do see this looks like coast continuing on and a mountain here. So if we cannot steal a worker here, we should probably just keep on scouting to the east, looks like. Alright, so there's that. He finishes the job. We'll have him swing over here. He comes here to heal, so this guy is going to go back home. So we might as well pull the Atlantis back. I could have shot with the Atlantis first to give him experience. We want the range to have more experience. So you could say that was a mistake on my part. From here we can still reach the worker as far as defending. And then we step over here, we could just have more visibility. So I think that's an okay place for the time being. We do got to remember there's a camp off to the west. And our settler, free settler, comes in 3 turns. So having him over here seems good. We'll drop him down here. He comes here. He'll get into our borders and go from there. So all in all, not bad. Not bad. Is this a hill? It's not. It's questionable whether it's worth taking a little dip in here just to get eyes on their city tile. I'm going to try, but I don't know if that's necessarily the way to go. So we'll just have this guy do a little dance. I want him here because he can swing back and defend. We do need to start thinking about how there's a camp in the west. Because if we settle here, maybe the next settles over here to protect ourselves. We have eyes up here because we're going to be stealing workers for as long as they let us. So we'll have him come over here, and then he comes here to heal. 1 turn left on that. Do a little dance. Don't need to anymore, right? Because they've got the Atlantis to back him up. So maybe he goes here for the most forward visibility, or maybe he stays here. Well, from here, 1, 2, 3 to get across the river. Here to 3 to get across the river. So yeah, we'll probably hang out in the woods. I will take a chance here. There's a worker. This is probably the city tile here. I can't really tell by the growth pattern. He had 2 warriors over here healing. 1 was coming home. So we'd probably only get bombarded. We wouldn't get bombarded again from here. So unless there's like something really strong here. And this is wooded, right? Come on. Show me. Forest, right. Okay. So yeah, I think it's worth trying. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to get shot by that, which is unfortunate. But it does mean the extraction is likely to be successful. So what we can do is, since the Atlantis is backing this warrior up, we'll have the warrior come to help secure that extraction. Yeah, we got hit pretty hard by their bombard. We're going to get hit by that barbarian. So yeah, that hurt. But they're not going to be able to pull the worker from here because this is not the Aztecs. So he can heal from here. We'll come here, and then even if they try to give pursuit, we can tank across the river here. So that should be fine. And there we go. We don't have the policy yet. It's only going to be 1 turn. Let's see what happens if we go here. Scout in 2 turns. How long is it going to take this guy? 2 turns. Okay. So what we'll do is that we'll actually finish a scout before building the settler. That way we have our 2 scouts. What's our unit supply looking like? 1. So scout and settler. We're going to kind of... And we might steal another worker in the meantime. So our unit supply is going to be a little taxed for just a second. But after that... And it's partially the fault of the fact that these Atlantists are a little cheap to build. Alright, so yeah, we're going to do it this way to get that scout out just a turn sooner. Let's see. We're going to be strong over here as it is. Policy settlers coming down here. Next expand might be over here. I'll have him come over the hill. It's a little risky. But now we have advanced eyes on anything coming from the camp, so that's pretty nice. He can get into the city tile, heal up a turn quicker. Alright. So this second worker early is going to help with the fact that we're lagging in the capital and only got the 1 worker. I don't like playing mean with Venice. They usually make for easy friendship, and the fact that they can only have the 1 city means they're not much of a threat early on. So there's that. Policy settler is here. Unfortunately, so we finish this, which means this is way better tile. Still produces a scout in 1 turn, obviously. It's +1 food, +2 faith. It's better in all the ways that don't matter, and the same in all the ways that do. Okay, so we can come here just to keep eyes down here and sort of back this guy up. He doesn't need backup probably, but there we go. He's healing. From here we can do a little dance, just get even more advanced eyes. Once he's healed up, we'll start pushing down here to secure this area. Maybe have these guys hinge, act as defense on the east. Right, writing is here, so let's get these embassies up, see where people are. That might influence some of our decisions moving forward. Really want to see where Jakarta is. Okay, so they're fairly near on the other side. They have lots of cotton. And they have marble, which sucks for us. Make them a difficult trade partner. Alright, so once we get some security in our homelands, maybe it'd be worth settling over here. Just to give ourselves an opportunity at cotton. Okay. So yeah, I think it's time to go calendar, especially now that we have a 2nd worker. This worker is going to come over here to give us more faith. The other worker is going to come down here, work on this marble right away, which is going to be great. But after that, we are going to need to get these spices online. Hopefully we get another worker soon, because we're really missing out not having those horses. Calendar, okay, and I also want to find where iron is fairly soon. Anyways, definitely settler time. Let's just double check, make sure we're maxing our hammers. We are, however, well, I guess we're technically not. We could 16.4, 16.8, still 7 turns, right? Yeah, what about here? 15.4, still 7 turns. So still 7 turns, but this way we pick up a little extra gold. And you can see we've busted the unit cap, unfortunately, but that's very brief. We plant a city next turn, so that'll be relieved. Okay, so there's that worker comes along here. So let's have him come up to here for the added visibility. He'll come through here, boom, boom, get started on that. So what I can do is have him come here for wider eyes, and there we go. We have a really nice visibility spread, the ability to react and respond, influence things, and this is why I try to build. Oh no, he got ejected just because. Oh, that really sucks. If we hadn't chosen the construction project and moved him first, it probably would have worked out. So that sucks. Alright, so he's going to end up at 95 health instead of 100. That really sucks. As far as this, we know there's like a camp here, so let's try to scout down here around the mountains or something. We'll figure it out. There's like a camp right here as far as we know. Where would we want to keep eyes on? I guess nowhere in particular. As long as Venice isn't giving chase, which even if they are, we're healed up enough that we can handle it. We'll probably make peace with them as soon as we can. But when he's available to make peace, yeah, it's not. Yeah, we should be continuously checking on that. We might be able to swoop in, grab another worker, then make peace, which would be great as far as getting the city off the ground. We've been taking a little bit of shortcuts here and there. So bam, there we go. Best tile to work is this for now. Let's work on monument first. As soon as we grow to this, then obviously we'll do that. Yeah, I was going to say the sheep is being used there. Otherwise we could borrow it. So dance there. He's actually coming in this direction. Alright, get started on that. More faith, please. Alright, so developed lands, worker here, developed lands. We kind of want to leave this little death squad thingy near the city. This actually keeps eyes. Well, no, the scout. Okay. Let's have him come over here. We might be a little weak in here. We don't want him getting antagonized. He already did before, and we can't be sure exactly why or from where. But for the time being, I guess this guy's fine where he's at. He can swivel, come back in through here. So I guess right now we're weakest over here. And we do have this guy here that can swivel. So not bad, not bad. We do have a bit of a zone here. Keep in mind, because we know the camp's here, there's not going to be another camp too close, but we do have some darkness up here. Alright, so just... Okay, here's a dance. Alright, so we want this guy to go ahead and cross the river so that he can actively block. He's damaged, but we'll still get shots in from behind. No problem. And I guess we're going to have to take white here. So there's a barb here, barb here. We're going to need to be strong over here for the time being. I don't want to get too far away with this guy, so I'm going to leave him. We'll do a little dance like so, because we might need him to swivel back if there's another worker we pick up, but we might need him to start coming over here, start helping out. So what I will do with him is actually drop him here, so we can cross the river next turn, get some little extra. Alright, he can dance now because he's fully healed, and we're going to have some quick faith, so that's pretty nice. Before I just... We'll continue to check on this every turn. Napoleon, alright. Where are you, sir? He is over here. Way over there, okay. So it looks like we're more in the west. Let's see. Both barbarians can be seen now, so I'll have him come here. Camp's here, so we probably want to swing by through there, go around the mountain like so. I don't remember where we saw him, so I'll play a little close to the chest there. There we go. We'll step here to block, and then we'll step here to shoot. I don't like stepping off this hill, but the worker, it's important that we block, keep the worker defended. Plus we have an archer down here anyways, so alright. Peace. He is willing to go for peace. So we can dance in here. Great general. Alright. So we're just going to wait for another worker to appear there, and then we'll make the peace after we grab it. Seems like a good idea. Alright, it's nice that we have eyes in here now. So this is where we want to keep eyes. Not quite yet. I'm going to see if I can get another worker out of you. Religion founded. That's terrible. Alright, we did have a city ask for salt. Whoops. Oh, I was going to do embassies, but apparently that's not an option here. We do have more marble on the way, and we did just get asked for salt, so we're going to have to try and secure this. He goes for it, so that's great. Pale and Cute is happy with the king. Okay, so we have some things to look at here. What happened? He ran away. Alright, so what I'll do is have this guy come down here, so he can act as a blocker over here as well. We'll bring him up here again, and then I'll back him up. Let's see, Palanque loves the king, we knew that. Hong Kong desires gold. We see gold over here, don't know that we'll settle it. Indonesia founded a new religion. Yeah, well, they had the desert folklore, so we did not get first religion. But check it out, we got another worker here, so that's can get on the horses. And we're going to want to do this, we're going to want to do that. So yeah, we might have a lot of workers, but we're going to be stretched as well. Alright. There's that. Oh, so maybe the camp's here? Looks like... So, we should be able to see the camp. Oh, but that's a mountain tile. Okay, well this works out anyways, because if this is the camp, then we can, like, use the zone of control to end our turn and then continue about our way. The question is, where do we put this guy? And we should probably have this guy start heading back, like so, to help out down here, because we don't want this guy to move away and then forget about this. Plus, this is where we're looking to settle next, right? Yeah, until we know where the iron is. We don't need to settle here right away. This guy's got the eyes, so we kind of have, you know, the ability to respond over there. Kind of want to get him across the river at the very least. So let's have him go like here, because then he can swing back to there from here. Okay, like that. I just agree with Napoleon. No. Alrighty, so this is the moment of truth. We're going to need him to swing up as a blocker here. We're going to need him shoot there. He backs up. Worker comes down with him. All good there. He can swing over here. We'll actually, well, no. I was going to say we can land there, but this is fine too. We can have him dance. For eyes, we'll have him like swing around. Because this is where the settler's coming, so we need to have that cleared off. There's a worker. Don't know if it's going for the furs. I wish I could end up here, but we don't know what's there. We saw a barbarian over here before. So here's hoping it goes to the furs. And, oh, blocks. Okay. So we were right about that, but this is also mountain. So we're going to have to go around this mountain this way. I'll come here just so we have more options and so we don't get glued in. And we are past the half-hour mark. I kind of meant to end it after dropping the second city, but kind of got carried away. Looks like it might be an okay series. We'll have a nice solid core, it looks like. Nearest people are far away, but we don't know what's over here yet, so that remains to be seen. We do have a fairly strong pantheon that we can't really capitalize on all that well. 1, 2, 3. And once we have a granary up here, we could probably stretch for 4 just to pick up the faith, but that's not ideal. The city doesn't really have that much growth to be giving away citizens like that, but we shall see. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are so far. Any tips, observations? Let me know. Feedback of any kind. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Take care.